Hi, today I'm going to show you how to configure an Avaya partner system on the IP office in offline mode. I've clicked on the manager icon, it's opened manager to this point, and now I'm going to click cancel. And I'm going to click on create an offline configuration. Here, we're going to leave the default of basic edition partner. I'm also going to leave the default of 2-digit extension numbers, though I could choose 3. And for our demonstration purposes, I'm going to add an 8-port digital station card and a 4-port CO card to the system. The controller has 4 slots for main cards, and it also accepts 4 daughter cards. We move through the software by clicking either OK or, when appropriate, Apply in the bottom right-hand corner. And then there's times where we need to click the Home icon, which is here in the bottom left corner. The next thing I'm going to show you is the system setup screen. Here, we select the mode for the voicemail. We prefer the IP office mode. This is also where I would change the IP address of the system if I wanted to. And I would also put in a system password here. Once I'm done, I'm going to click Apply and then Home. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to configure the telephones. So I like this screen. I think it's pretty neat. I'm going to pick a 1416 from my extension 10. And now I'm just going to go through and right-click the button on the phone. That probably wasn't a good example. Let's pick one of these. There we go. And click Assign buttons to the phone. The other thing I have the opportunity to do here is go to my line. Let's go to this line here. Line 1, and if I wanted to set it to delayed ring or no ring for this phone, I would do it on the line assignment tab here in the programming. Once I've gone through and configured all my phones, I can click Apply, and again I would go back to the home screen. The auto attendant is a very feature-rich section of the IP office in partner mode. We can have up to 9 auto attendants, and I add them by clicking the Add button. And I'm going to go to Auto Attendant 1 here. I'd like Dial by Direct Number to be turned on, and I'm going to leave the default of Dial by Name Match Order of last then first. Here, each time of day prompt is going to use its own menu. I'm sorry, I said it backwards. Each menu is going to use its own prompt. And to record my greetings, I simply dial the extension numbers listed here under the Record Greeting heading. So for my morning greeting, I'm going to dial extension 7811. For afternoon, I'm going to dial 7821, and so forth. I also have the opportunity to configure an emergency greeting that would be remotely accessible and remotely changeable, I guess is a better description. So if your customer had to close their office for some sort of weather emergency or any other reason, they can dial in, access this emergency greeting, record it remotely, and set it to play. We're finding that to be a very popular feature. Once I've made all my changes here, I'm going to click Apply, and I'm going to click the home screen. I'm going to show you quickly the auxiliary equipment. The partner mode system supports 2 door phones and 2 contact closures, music on hold and SMDR. Music defaults to being on, and the door phone's settings are very straightforward and self-explanatory. Once you make your changes here, click Apply, and we're going to click Home. The trunks are fairly well set up by default. I'm going to show you a couple of quick things here. On line 1, we're going to go to Advanced Settings. And if I wanted any of the lines to be answered by an auto attendant other than 1, this is where I would program that. Also, this loop start caller ID is what tells the system to give you that 1 ring delay before the phones start ringing. So this phone company has the opportunity to send the caller ID information. If you wanted to eliminate that, you would do it there. And we're going to click Apply. Now here I'm going to click back, and this is how I would get to lines 2, 3, and 4 to make the rest of the changes. So at this point, we have a functioning system, or the configuration for a functioning system. We just need to save it. So I'm going to go to File, Save As. It defaults to the Manager program, and I'm going to call this IP Office. Let's call it System _1. You'd want to use your customer name here so you can keep track of their configurations, and we're going to save that. So at this point, we have a valid IP Office configuration that we could upload to an IP500 v2 controller.